Guys, just a minute. There's something. Guys, any update? Anyone wants to say anything? Ajay, what is your update? What about Tata Motors? Ajay? Guys, if someone asks you in interviews, what do you look? What is the market looking like? So what will be your answer? What do you think? Lifetime high. Should I buy, sell? Guys, you can unmute yourself. Sorry. Okay, let's ask from Advait. Advait, what was the question asked in interviews? If you can tell to the class. Advait?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible. You can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Basically, when he saw like the oral report, so he said like oral report is good, but the only thing I want to know from you is like what is your insights? Like, लोग क्यों लेंगे ये particular product from Metro? If like they have many options, like Bata is there, then Mirza International is there. Like now there are like many companies who are into like shoes and all. So I just want an insight ki why will people buy from Metro instead of other brands? So I was trying to convince him ki ye cheez hai, like they have a highest margin growth or they have everything. But again and again he was asking ki why do you think ki exactly वो वहां से ही लेंगे? Suppose चलो ये consider कर लेंगे कि suppose they have a good design. But what if कि अगर दूसरा कोई ब्रांड आता है ही कॉपी दैट डिजाइन, तो होगा क्या कि लाइक कम प्राइस पे पीपल वो लाइक इंडिया इज अ लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल कि प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट है. सो शूज एक ऐसा सेक्टर आता है कि जहाँ पे प्राइस कंपटीशन ज्यादा है देखा जाए तो देयर आर मेनी अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड प्लेयर की हु आर इनटू शूज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. सो लगता है, सो आई वाज ट्राइंग टू कन्विंस हिम. ओवरऑल जो भी रिपोर्ट मैंने बनाया था तो उसके ऊपर ही मैंने बात किया था, बट एंड तक ही वाज नॉट कन्विंस्ड कि एग्जैक्टली क्यों होगा. बट ओवरऑल जो रिपोर्ट था उसके नंबर्स और ओवरऑल सब चीजें देख के ही सेड कि ठीक है, जो इसमें इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा तो दैट आई विल टीच यू. बट मेन जो मैंने चीज सीखी कि ओवरऑल सिर्फ रिपोर्ट बना के या नंबर्स प्रेडिक्ट करके आई डोंट थिंक सो कि वर्क होगा. सो यू नीड टू लुक बिहाइंड द बैलेंस शीट और एग्जैक्टली numbers आगे कैसे आ सकते हैं, that you need to look at.
Right. See, I have discussed this before only that, how things
Yes,
sir. Right. We had discussed this.
Yes, sir. Even मैंने like उसके बाद like उसके पहले एक रिपोर्ट भी प्रिपेयर की थी कि that helped me actually. So it was a comparison between other brands and Metro. So that helped me actually कि जहाँ पे वुमेन का जो भी पार्टिसिपेशन होगा, मेन, किड्स और फॉर्मल वेयर्स में एक एक्चुअली डिफरेंस बिटवीन था कि एग्जैक्टली वहां पे ग्रोथ कैसा है. सो इट वाज देयर इन DRSP.
Okay.
So, वो एक्चुअली उनको बोला मैंने. The main thing is Metro is completely focused into women footwear because like you take Bata, Campus is there, then you take Relaxo. कोई भी company is not completely focused into women. So there are hardly few pairs कि जो women footwear में काम करते हैं. Women footwear में almost जो market share है तो वो जाता है like unorganized player के पास. So now they are focusing into women footwear. तो उसमें मैंने फिर like defend किया फिर वहाँ पे.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good defend. No? Ajay, you would like to answer if I ask you why Metro? Same question. What is why Metro and why not Bata? You guys give your answer, then I will tell you what answer will I give if someone asks me for the interview. This was the major point that they are focusing on women. Apart from that, let us say there is also competitor for women's. Now, why Metro? Ajay, you want to answer? You are the one who have done some research. Or anyone, if you want. Ajay, you want to try? Hello? Ajay, you there? Ajay, Rishabh, Sanjay? Guys? Rishabh? No, at least reply yes or no.
Hello, yes, hello.
Hi, Sanjay.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Yes, your question was why Metro brands over Bata, right?
Bata, right.
Yes, yes. There are two things. Actually, one main point that I would like to highlight here that Metro brands is very, very focused as per me on premiumization. Like if we um, uh, if we see, I think somewhere in Feb, there was this news. Uh, Metro Brands has exited the sub 1,000 rupees category after it had seen some decline in its sales. So, with the growing middle class, and growing income people preferring brands over the unorganized sector, Metro Brands, with its focus on premiumization, could get the lead since it has that headroom to grow.
Okay. But he answered, he asked that India is a price sensitive market. What is your thoughts on this?
Well, yes, right. India is a price sensitive market, but if we see brand penetration uh, and recognition of a brand overall is growing. It's just like I may be completely wrong, but I would just like to highlight here, like the way millennial and uh, crowd is moving, and I think that is the target audience for most businesses now, because they are in that age group of 30 to 30 plus, which is earning as well as has the capacity to spend. Uh, even things like Atta is something, people prefer branded or packaged rather than going to a chakki, which used to happen earlier. So people with even a slight bit of income who are ready to spend, I think would look at brands as they promise some kind of durability and longevity of products.
Right, right. Fine. I'm good, but good enough. Anyone? Rishabh?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Like what Sanjay said, na. So even मेरा भी जो answer था, it was kind of same. So तब उनका जो reaction था, so he said कि okay, I understand all these things, but do you use Metro Brands का shoes? Okay, so I said कि no, I don't use, but I'll like next time I'll buy Metro wala shoes. So he said कि he will never buy because what he has seen over the time is like suppose if we are getting like same design in other brands, even if it is a difference of hardly like 500 rupees, we'll go for that brand. Okay, so in that case we are not like loyal to the brand. In that case we are like focused into like design ho gaya ya to durability. Okay, so now for example there is a brand called um, Food Science. It's a Tata brand basically. Tata का एक private subsidiary है, so they make that brand. Food Science करके company है, and they are into premium shoes. Their cost is around like 1700 rupees to 2000 rupees, and they completely sell same shoes like Metro brands.
Okay.
So main thing is ki why do you think so कि लोग मेट्रो के पास ही जाएंगे? So वहां पे भी I tried to defend कि नहीं, they have a Crocs and Crocs is like famous into millennials और like वहां पे सेल ज्यादा होता है, but he said कि ये तो थर्ड पार्टी ब्रांड हो गया. So अगर Crocs का देखा जाए तो there are नहीं many duplicates की जो Crocs का बनाते हैं देखा जाए तो. So फिर भी वहां पे सेम क्वेश्चन आता है कि थर्ड पार्टी ब्रांड हो गया ये तो. सो मेट्रो ब्रांड्स का अगर पर्टिकुलरली उनका जो ओन ब्रांड है तो वहां पे सेल क्यों आएगा?
Okay, fine. Let me answer now. Okay.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
Okay. So now, see now, as you said, now that Metro brand, why did you purchase? So I had purchased the shoes for your information. We had discussed this, I said that I had purchased the Metro brand shoes. Okay. Fine. Okay. Even if I have not purchased the shoes, now I have seen, but this would be my defendant. First off, that I have purchased the shoes and I have seen I have a Bata shoes as well as the Metro brand shoes. I know the comfort is different and all, but that is fine. Okay. See, that is actually your first thing. Whenever you talk about a stock, do you use? See, we had discussed this in the first class as well. That also always look at the stocks which you use. Look at the stocks that you use. Don't go for random companies. See, what if Advait have gone and pitched Tata Power? What would have happened? Do you use Tata Power? You don't even know which power you use at home. Okay. So this is where the first things come, that when you start analysis, I take that product personally, or else go to the person who used that product to ask him, what is this, why is that product good, bad. So let us start with me saying that I have purchased that product. Okay, I have liked that product. The designs are usually the same for Bata and Metros are same. Now here, the part of premiumization. See, first of all, premiumization is not happening only in the it is happening across India. It is not only specific sector. You see at auto, what happened in the auto sector. Now, where is Maruti now? Being a market leader, being a cheapest one. You say it's a price sensitive market. Creta and Seltos has taken over share from Maruti. Okay. Now you cannot defend it that India is a price sensitive market. From the sales of the global, 15 lakh, 20 lakh cars, this is a wrong statement that India is a price sensitive market. Okay. Now you say, okay, chappals or shoes are the things that people use. Car is not a necessity, but it is let's say luxury. Now, if you have seen the industry, we have done some data in that we have seen that premium segment sales are much more higher. The growth is much more higher than the retail segment, maybe the cheaper segment. For that, you can see Campus and Relaxo, what has happened to them compared to Bata or maybe Metro brands. Now you can see the sales growth for Metro brands and Bata. If you say in India, the price and Campus and Relaxo should have done exceptionally well, but they are not doing good. And since the margins are lower, investors are not valuing those stocks. India GDP per income or GDP per income is increasing. Per capita GDP is increasing. People are becoming more wealthier nowadays. You see the rural data as well. With the minimum support prices, farmers are yielding a much higher prices. So the market overall is moving to a premiumization, and there Metro brands is the one who has hold. See, Metro brands is not even Bata's competitor. They sell products which is much higher than Bata. If you see, we had, sorry, what is this? We had that analysis done, that Metro brands product is much more pricier than Bata. Now with Nike, Adidas, Puma, all having their share, this is also one premium brands. They are doing good in India. So I expect that Metro would do good basis on the product that they offer. And I personally think that Metro brands products are much more better compared to the quality. Second thing, okay, Bata is a historical brand. Okay, everyone likes Bata. The quality is there. But you see, Metro brands is growing at a much faster pace than Bata, even after selling a premium product. Say the average price. We had the chart, right? You have given that chart, average price chart. We had somewhere in the data. You had given, right? Advait, there was a brand, right? Brands. Okay. Yeah. I don't know where is that file. Indian footwear industry. Okay, average selling price. You see, Metro Brands has the highest average selling price. Still, they are growing. Means companies are, people are buying those products. That can be clearly visible from the sales. Going forward, with the increase in the GDP, increase in the per capita GDP, people will opt to premiumization. I will not consider Bata as the threat. I will consider rather the premium product as the threat for Metro Brands. You don't see a footwear, a product in that range. The quality is it. I have used that product personally. I know the quality is good. Okay, compared to Bata, it will take time to grow. It will take time to grow, but you can see the revenues that they have generated. Now it is just that we have to look at the quarter wise that whether they are able to sustain it. And I personally feel that with India going to premiumization, it will lead to a better growth in the future years. Now Bata is already, Bata is an old product or an old brand. People nowadays like something new. You go and ask people, like, this is a human psychology. You go and ask why this product. For that reason, I will give you one example of Ntorq of TVS getting over Activa. Ntorq of TVS getting over Activa. Activa was the premium product. No one, when you go to buy a bike, scooter, everyone was Activa. Ntorq came in. You see the reviews of the customers. People are saying, we wanted something new. Everyone has Activa. He wanted something new. So always a new product does well in the country. And obviously with a better quality. And I have used that product, so I know it's of a better quality. If not, now otherwise you should say that I have read reviews of the product that it is good quality. You can go and find reviews on Google. You can, you can see this. Ntorq, the TVS car, TVS bike, TVS scooter, Ntorq, which was competing Activa directly. Ntorq, yeah. So that had changed. Now, see this, why I can link everything just because I look what is going on in the industry. Recently, a guy bought this Vitara Brezza in my society. So I went and asked him that why did I don't know him only. I just saw him around the car. I went and asked him, uncle, I stay in this building. Okay, I was curious that why you buy Vitara Brezza. Why not a Creta or a Seltos? Because I am tracking Maruti and I am very bullish on Maruti. But he gave me 100 reasons for that. You go and ask random people, they usually answer, Now this is what you should go and ask. As an analyst, this is called channel checks. Ground leg, how he asks that, how did you use the product? Even if I am not using the product, I go and ask people the reviews. Or else if you don't have this, go on the Google, search for reviews, you will get it. Remember, when you go for interviews, just talk about this reviews or at least read some reviews, okay? To tell it it's a good. When you're pitching it, tell it that why it is good, why it is better than Bata. This sentence which I'm talking about, there are people like something different. This is what I came to know while interacting with people. One of my friend's dad, he had purchased Ntorq in the building. So that time I was tracking TVS. So I just asked uncle, why did you purchase Ntorq? People always buy Activa in that price range, 80,000 price range. People don't prefer another bike than Activa. Why did you put Ntorq? The reason was good looks, different, or maybe different features, and same. You have the quality of TVS. That is a big brand. So Metro is also a big brand. You see, Mochi is not a small brand. This is a part of Metro. And look at the numbers. Numbers shows very good reason. And women's share was one of the second. Why will people go to metros? But this is what I like. This premium, you cannot say India is a price sensitive market. I will bet on this reason only, that India is not a price sensitive market. It is, but now it is improving. I went to interview maybe in 2018 or 19, I guess. That time the fund manager asked me. I was again, saying that Maruti was bad. I was saying that Maruti is a bad company. Never buy that company, because that time they didn't have products. But then I was pitching some other auto stocks. He said that petrol prices are rising. From 80, it has become 100. At that time, the prices just rose from 80. Suddenly it became 100, 80, 85, 88. And suddenly it became 100. He told me that, Rishabh, how are you pitching? How can you pitch auto companies? Petrol prices are rising. Petrol prices are rising. How do you see? So now what we say as an analyst or maybe as a layman, okay, petrol prices are increasing, people will not buy car. The car demand will impact, right? This is what we assume. When a petrol price increases, we say that we say that okay, this company is auto companies won't, what do you say, it won't grow because the petrol price is increasing. Now tell me as a layman terms, I was arguing, he was a fund manager, he might be 15 years of experience. I was like, 5-6 years of experience. I was arguing him, sir, how do you come to office? He was a CEO, fund manager. Obviously, he said by car. See how I asked. Obviously, he will not come by auto. Obviously, he will not come by a public transport. Did the petrol price increase impact you? His impact was, yeah, a little bit. Did you stop coming? Did you come through a railway? Do you come through autos or do you come through public transport? If tomorrow even the petrol price reaches 200, you will still come by car only. So don't tell me that because of petrol price increasing, people will stop purchasing car. 20 years back, or maybe 30 years back, petrol was 1 rupee per liter. Now it is 100. What, people have stopped buying cars? Do you mean that? So this is a very baseless assumption. Then because petrol price is increasing, people will stop buying cars. People will use public transport. We are not in US that public transport is a luxury one. People will use a luxury transport to come to office. So now this is how it works. First day only, I told you that whenever you talk about any company analysis, you should know its product. What is the difference between a metro? What is the product between your company and the other company? Have you used it? If not, have you asked people who use it? Okay, got it. So these are the things now which are usually not taught in financial modeling classes, because the people over there are professors only. They don't talk about analysis and all. They are like, do model, do historical growth, take industry growth, etc., etc. But yeah, the one when you go for actual interviews, the fund manager usually asks this question only: why do you feel? See, now it is not about Rishabh. You also gave the right. Sorry, I think Sanjay, you also gave the right answer. It is not about being right or wrong. It is about telling your point and be confirm on it. That okay, this is what is right. You don't manipulate my answer. Whatever you say, he will try to manipulate. No, this is not right. You say this is right. And you should have some examples before that why it is right. See now how I bought the auto industry analysis on the stock this footwear analysis. I have done the same thing because I have seen that India is moving towards premiumization. Whatever I like now, whatever products I like, I go for premiumization because people do buy because they do like premium product. And it is like nowadays it has become a status to buy a premium product and to show off on social media. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree with your point, sir. So he was not actually convinced, but he was just, seeing that like I'm completely convinced about the company and I'm talking confidently just because I have done some research.
Yeah, right. This is what they want.
He was just checking whether I have done personally or I have copy pasted something.
So I actually mentioned, don't copy paste it because copy paste now, because we are there in this field now, we can easily understand. We're reading the report only, you are copy pasted this. So this is not your words. Okay, so that's why I told you, don't copy paste anything, just make, write your own sentence. That is fine. So when in interviews, it is not about going right or wrong. It is about how well you defend yourself. How well you might be terribly wrong also. It doesn't matter. Just stand on your point. This is what it is. I was telling you something, I forgot. 1 second. Today I read a news. You guys say, rural people are they are poor and all. Today I read a news. Tomato price has increased. Guys know? Has increased to 120 to 150 per kilo. There was a farmer name. He have given that name. He said that he earned 2.8 crores sales in this price hike. 2.8 crores of sales rather in 2-3 months. Gayakar, yeah. It was there na, in today's paper. Though he says that it has recovered, but you see 2.8 crores of sales in 3-4 months. How much do you earn? How much you earn after doing MBA? Even if you take 10% profit, that is 20 lakhs in just 2-3 months. He is planning to make 3.5 crores a month. Right. See, now you say that I will, close my eyes and buy all ruler stocks. Might be it Hero, might be it Maruti, or might be it any FMCG companies catering to ruler, who has high ruler focus. And Tata Consumer usually have a high ruler focus. Tata and HUL, but HUL is a bigger, so you have to look at the other growing company, not the higher company. Okay. So this is what this is what newspapers help you. I tell you, everyone, read. But this is how I connect dots. Now you tell price sensitive market, India is a price sensitive market. I don't feel so. It was, but nowadays it is not. Nowadays it is not a price sensitive market. You have to be blunt in interviews. It is not that you are a fresher, so you should talk about no sir, you might be right, I might be wrong. If that even little bit doubt comes in your mind that you are wrong on your analysis, he says that he doesn't know how to do analysis. If it's not confirmed of the analysis, what will be he good with our clients? So likewise, auto sales. I will tell you today we'll do some analysis. I will tell you how this auto sales, one more data which helps you analyze the one more data which helps you analyze the company. Now this is the industry data. Okay, this is the industry data. We were over here. Okay, the depreciation we had done. Okay, this is our EBIT profit. Okay, I just do EBIT profit. Okay, EBIT margins. Okay, as of now, I keep interest expense same. Okay, I'm not changing it. Keep it same. Other income also I keep it same. We'll change it later on. Okay, now tax rate. What is the tax rate? The tax rate, it can be an average, historical average. It is around 26%. So rather, don't take this too. 2022, we'll talk about this too. It is around 28%. So why it was higher, I don't know. So assume at 26%, okay, around average, okay, historical average. That is ideally 30% statutory rate in India, but just because of the deferred tax assets, they might get some benefits. Around 26% is your tax rate. Okay. Okay. Now this data so we got. Okay. So where will this reflect now? Where will profit reflect? Profit reflect in the balance sheet. Transfer to where other equity, right? Transfer to other equity, right? Okay, so we have created. Let's create another scale. Have we created? No, just an average, Sanjay. It's an average of all. 26.8. Okay, 27. It is 27. 27%. Around 27%. Now you see there is some high over here. You have to find why it was high, but it's fine. Around 27% is the average. It's totally fine. Let's just write it at average. Okay, now fixed asset schedule done. Let us make our other equity schedule. Okay, let us make one more schedule, that is our other equity schedule. Other equity will be same, like now here, opening when you do other equity schedule. Now here, actually the numbers are not important, which the opening and closing numbers. We only want the closing numbers because we know how does it works is opening balance. Okay, then add profits and less dividends, then closing. Now here practically there can be many other items over here, many items are there, but we are not interested in that. We only want the closing numbers. And where will we get the closing number from? We will get all the closing numbers from our balance sheet only, from our balance sheet. Now here it is not there, but I have not punched, but other equity, this other equity. 23, right? 23 we have. Now we'll also get the dividends. Where we'll get dividends from? Where we'll get the dividends from? This closing will become opening. That's for sure. You don't have to do that. Don't try to tally this. Don't try to tally these numbers. It will never tally. What is where do you get dividends from? Any idea? Where will you get dividends from? No, cash flow statement. Right, from the cash flow statement, you see, over here, you will get the dividends amount. Interim dividends, okay? Interim dividends and the tax paid. So 23, I have not got. Dividends paid, okay? Just doing it. Dividends paid, I have not got, okay? This is for the 2 years. Let me open my file. Now, our balance sheet wasn't out, right? Balance sheet wasn't out. So this revenue might be there in the Q4 result. Sorry, the dividends might be there in the Q4 results because cash flows are given in Q4. Let me see what consolidated statement. Okay. Dividends paid. Okay, it was 88. These numbers are in crores. These numbers are in crores. We have punched numbers in. We have punched numbers in millions. So what to do? Multiply by 10. Crores is 7 zeros. Millions is 6 zeros. 803 is our dividends. So now we got this dividends. We also has the profit. Okay. Now there's no required to do that. Okay. Now, can we have number of shares? Number of shares. Can we get number of shares? We have P&L, balance sheet, cash flows. Anyone? Can we get number of shares? How to find? So if I give you the face value, then now quickly you can find it from the annual report, but quickly if you want to find, you got this as the result. How will you find the share this number of shares? Anyone? I'm just making an equity share capital schedule as well. Closing balance we have from 19. Okay, 19 figures we have. Equity share capital. Guys, anyone? What if annual report is not there? Have a look. What if you don't have the annual report? No. Now 23 annual report is not out. 23 annual report is not out. Right. Right. Face value by equity share capital. You know, guys, what is this equity share capital? What is this equity share capital? It is the amount of money you have raised to run your business. Amount of money you have raised to run your business. And face value usually means the book value of your, sorry, it is not. Face value usually means the book value of your shares. See, market value is different that trades on the stock market. This is the book value of your shares. Means when you issue the share, this is face value per share. Usually you don't say per share, it is like face value means per share only. Book value of your shares means value of your share as per books. Value of your shares as per books, and that you usually get in your profit and loss statement. See, here you get face value of 5 each. Usually get it. Face value of share. Paid up share capital is 135.87. 135. This is what we have got. 135.87 is your share capital. And what is the face value? Now, face value is 5. Means what? See, you have raised total of 1,300 rupees and the per share value is 5. So what will be number of shares? How will you find number of shares? This is total money you have raised. Divide. This is also one thing now I didn't knew. Okay, develop. There's also annually, you don't have the annual report now. Where to find? See, basic thing we have done, those are for accounting we have done, but we don't know where to find these things. And it becomes that, you are, means when you are, what do you say, smart enough to find, no, see, everything can be learned. I'm not telling that, for doing this course, you will be a Warren Buffett or you will directly, start doing analysis. It will take time, but these are the things that is very important from, being smart enough to know. And these are things that are not taught actually. What you said now, I have also been to financial modeling classes. They say that, sir, take an annual report. Take an annual report, just copy paste things and then, take numbers from Money Control, take numbers from Skinner. Now, I specifically warn that don't take numbers from Skinner and Money Control. It all de-link your balance sheet. The numbers are not telling. It is just a data to look at, not to analyze. Now, there was last class, last week, there was a student who has an interview in Bangalore and they have told him to make them a model. So he contacted me through Urban Pro and I said that, sir, I want to make a model. This is my interview in 2-3 days. So I asked, he said, sir, I know making model. I just need your help. So I just need 2 hours of yours. So I said, okay. I said, okay, fine. Give me a company. I will do the models. I'll help you do the model. Then I asked him, send me a file. He has not done anything in the file. The file was totally blank. There was some template that it was taught in his classes. He has just punched numbers. Each and every number he was punching. I'll show you his number. I'll show you what things he had done. That was so strange. And he had spent 40,000 rupees to do financial modeling classes. Now, I would not like to tell the name of the classes, but it was a big one. That he said that, sir, I had spent almost 40,000 for financial modeling, and he wasn't knowing even how to punch numbers. Show you what he did. Okay. So he had he had done this. Which class? Okay, copy paste to copy. It will never tally. See now what he has done. This was his format that was taught to in his classes. And now he was, in the balance sheet, what he was doing, he was just now adding numbers. I mean, you see over here, you see the numbers. He is adding tangible assets, all add. Tangible assets, all add. Then he had punched this number. He had punched all this number. I said, are you crazy enough to punch this number? And then it was in crores, millions. Again, that issue. This was a Saxon Technologies. This usually happens in IT companies. Presentation was in lakhs. Okay. Results were in millions. Results were in millions. And there was some fact sheets that was in crores. Some fact sheet for the revenue breakup that was in crores. He was confused all around what to do. He was confused what to do, where to take the numbers from. Where to take the numbers from? Lakhs, million, some numbers in lakhs, some numbers in crores, some numbers in millions. Now, obviously, I said everything should be in millions. This one, see, then we created this one, and I told you everything should. Now, this is in crore. I think this is in lakhs. This is in lakhs. Now, he wants to convert it into millions. Now, how to convert? That is also he got confused. How to convert? Where to take numbers from? Some numbers were in millions, some numbers were in lakhs. Now then he just made this and said, sir, I only made this. Then where is your forecasting? Sir, I don't know how to forecast. I don't know how to forecast. He had done nothing on it. This is what has been taught, in your classes. He spent 40,000 doing nothing. And he was not able to, even go forward. Sir, where to take the assumptions from? That is why I had told you, take numbers. The punching is important. I had also punched even after working 8 years, 9 years of analysis. Still, we go and punch data from annual report. Nowadays, obviously, we tell our juniors to punch. But still, if the junior doesn't know how to punch, I will rather say, don't play with my model. I will rather punch my numbers, because one mistake will delink your entire model. Again, this, how to find number of shares. Sir, there is no annual report. How to find? Last year only assume this. Numbers of shares have changed. See, from last year to this year. The share capital has changed. So you cannot take the last year number. It has changed. This is how you find the number of shares. Okay. And can you find dividends? Dividends per share. Dividends per share. Total dividends paid divided by number of shares. 1.8 approx is what? So 3.5. Okay. Now, do you know what is dividend payout ratio? Dividend payout. Now, this is not a ratio. Okay. This is like dividend payout. This in percentage. Means what? Don't go with the formulas. How much percentage you pay out? Where do you pay dividends from? Where do we pay dividends from? The profits. And everyone knows. Dividends are how much percentage you paid out. You know that you paid 498 as a dividends. So what is the profits? The profits will get it from our 21. Now this is 21. So we'll get it from our sheet, from a formatted sheet. 21 numbers. What was the profit? This was the profit. I don't have this number, but when you get it, you can do it. Dividend payout. This is the dividend that is paid out. I put a negative sign, and then 76% is the dividend payout. Oops, now it is 24%. The profit has actually increased a lot. Profit actually has increased a lot for these companies. You see the growth from, okay, don't take this year. This was COVID. 1,500, it has been double. That is the growth that you see in the company. Okay. Now what you assume is for the future, we know opening balance was this. Okay. Profit we got from there, and dividends per share can be said as around 4 rupees. So usually you maintain the dividend payout ratio. Here this was COVID, so we will we will ignore this, but we usually maintain a dividend payout ratio. But sometimes what happens, na? Sometimes what happens, the company does losses. Okay. Sometimes what happens, the company do losses. So these projections shouldn't be based on the payout ratio. It should be based on per share. It should be based on per share. Why? Because companies don't like to reduce the dividend number. Usually companies also take debt to pay the dividends because they don't want their investors to be unhappy. Because it is what happens, man, this pension funds, they invest a heavy amount into this company and they are there for a long time. Let us say LIC invest in Metro Brands. Now that is a big name that LIC has invested in Metro Brands. Now they take stake, they take 3-4% stake in the company. Now here, if the companies, don't pay them dividends, they will not be with the company. Because what is their motive, See, usually this LIC or pension funds, they don't want, a multi-bagger stock. They usually prefer a safe company. And if they are investing in that company, they want something in return. They hold for 10, 20, 25 years. 10, 20, 20 years. So they want some return. So usually companies don't try to reduce the per share. You will never see it is reducing. Very rare. In this kind of scenario only in COVID and all. But they usually maintain this and keep on increasing depending on the profitability. So what will be your dividends? The number of shares now we will keep it same as of now. We'll keep it same. And then dividends. As a number of shares, I can do it from here also. Closing will become opening. Okay. So as of now, no raise, no buyback. We don't project anything. And this is opening plus closing. This will come on to this later on, how to do this buyback and shares issue. This I will let you know. But as of now, I will just link it from over here. This 5 is my, not assumption, but my number. Okay. Historical number 5. So I'll do is I will take this number of shares basically. If you raise equity, your number of shares will increase. If you buy back, your number of shares will decrease. Okay. And then your dividends will be negative sign 20 number of shares into dividends paid. Okay. Then it will be opening plus addition plus dividends. Now don't try to tally this. Don't try, it will never tally. There's more things which are added, but as of now it's not needed. You just keep like this only. It will not tally. Okay, you see it will not tally. Number is different. There's hardly a difference, but it is a difference. That you can look at the schedule if you want and see. Okay, got this? Done. So what I've got. So now tell me the impacts of, see, this item is coming from last year. Opening and closing is coming, opening is coming from last year. Now tell me, what are the things? Where is profit impacted? Where does profit is reflected? Now other equity we have reflected. Now from here where it goes? It says CFO. Cash inflow, right? Cash inflow. No, profit is inflow. No, it goes to indirect method. No, we had done. Where it reflects over here. No, profit. No, profit reflected indirect method. And what is this dividend? Which activity? Financing activity, cash outflow. Cash outflow. This is the two, and then this transfer to balance sheet, right? Apart from the opening, everyone has a linkages. And so how many schedules we got? As of now, we got 2 schedules. Okay. As of now, we got 2 schedules. What about this? I just write about capex. Where is capex reflected? Where is capex reflected?
Cash flow.
Cash flow from investing. Cash outflow, right? Cash outflow. Yeah, this is coming from, so this is opening it. Then this and this, the net goes to balance sheet, right? Transfer to balance sheet. Transfer to balance sheet. Okay. Achha, then this is opening. So what about this depreciation? Where does it goes? First is goes to PNL. Then from PNL it goes to CFO. That is add back. And why do we add back? Because it's a non-cash activity. Add back. And then obviously this goes to the. So got all the right of use. Again, right of use, same thing. Cash inflow, right of use assets, capex, PNL. This also goes to the PNL. Now we have taken this. Now we have taken this directly to the PNL. So we'll talk about. So rather than saying this, we will talk about this item, which, sorry, debt. What is the total deficit over here? Total depreciation, okay, which goes to the CFO, right? That's the total depreciation. Now this is not required, it goes to the PNL, and then from PNL also you can add it back. And don't add this. Acha, now I think Ajay was asking me what about the intangible assets. So intangible assets also same thing. Intangible assets also the same thing. Same way how you made for right of use asset, you will same you will find it in the annual report. Now intangible asset is not much over here. No, you will usually find that in, so they have, now this intangible is the goodwill. Goodwill is over here, sorry. Now let us find what is the intangible. The intangible also same thing, same as you have done it in the fixed asset schedule. If you want, you can also create an intangible assets. Acha, now guys, what are intangible assets? What are intangible assets? Anyone? Software, patents. Now, assets that cannot be touched or felt. No, it usually is that. It cannot be touched. Softwares. Okay, then your patents, your copyrights, all those are intangible assets. Patents are the one intangible. See, they are assets now because they help you generate sales. Patents helps you generate sales. Software helps you generate sales. Now, goodwill. Now, this goodwill, you cannot create internally. It cannot be created internally. Means you cannot say that I have my goodwill of 400 crores, 400 million. I cannot say that. Goodwill happens only in the acquisition. Whenever there's an acquisition, at that point only goodwill comes. Okay, that is the only time when goodwill comes. Now this makes me skeptical that, can I say that company must have done some acquisition in 23? Even if it's looking at the report, CBL, right? CBL. But from this number only, I can assume that company has done some acquisition of some company, because the goodwill is created, was not there. Now it has created. Now the intangible asset now also makes me skeptical that there was no intangible, there's hardly anything. What is this now? This is a big number. It is 126 crores, 126 million. Now I will rather prefer to find what is it. It is a big number. It is a big number. Now where you find that? You find that in your annual report has not come out yet. Annual report is not yet out. Now you will not find it. What is that? Goodwill. Sorry, what is our intangible assets? Let us see whether they have given anything in this file. They usually give some. Our results have been prepared in accordance with during the years. During the previous year, the parent has completed an IPO of. Parent has completed an IPO. Okay, IPO which has a 5 million issue price at 500 per share, compromising. What was it? The percent IPO equation. IPO. The Q3 it is there. Cravatex band enterprise value of 202 crores. Consequently, it became the wholly owned subsidiary of the parent. The fair value of the assets to 40 crores is allocated to the goodwill. Accordingly, the considered financial results are limited from the hence comparable previous period. Okay. It is not given over here. So might be happen that in that, they have not given a specific number that why it has increased. It says Q3, Q3 first. Just find no what is this. If you get, I am not sure will you get that. Now wait for the annual report to come out. I think annual report should be out. Anyone check the company's annual reports might be annual one is not out. Yeah, check. Is there in Q3? Advait, did you check? Anything they have written about intangible assets? 40 crore was that. What was the other one? December 1, company it is subsidiary. But what was it? Is there anything more intangible assets? There's nothing written now. Compare. 40 crores was given as goodwill. Means they must be having some asset. I think the patents must be of Cravatex only, which has increased. They have not given. Something patent must have come from Cravatex. Fine, I'm not getting it. But once the annual report is out, just find what is that capex. Fila is a third party plan. Okay. So sorry, I didn't get you. So Advait, Fila is a third party plan. So not given. Fine. Fine, it's okay. Asha, now we have got two schedules. We have got the other equity. No, intangible will never pay the cost. No? The goodwill has come now into that. I don't know what is that. Can't predict it. Okay, now I will tell you how to tally the balance sheet. First, when you tally this now, it will be very easy. Now, what is the first step over here to tally the balance sheet? See, we have made two schedules, okay? We have made two schedules. So for that, first schedule. So what is the first step is? Step 1, I always prefer. Step 1, clone the balance sheet. Clone the previous year. Clone means copy paste, okay? Same to same. So in the previous year, balance sheet for the forecasted year, means what? Just copy this, copy and come and just paste. Just copy and paste. Make the balance sheet as it is for the 23 and 24 balance sheet should look same. It should be same to same. Now, what is the first thing that you change? Other equity. Can I say this transfer to balance sheet? Means you earn profit and after profit, your equity change. So what I do is, I go to other equity. Let me put it over here. Other equity is equal to, I will go and link it. So what I'm saying, 1400 became 17,000. Sorry, 14,000 became 17,000. So when you do this, you see the difference over here. 35323, 353.25. Can anyone tell me what is this difference? Why did I get a difference? My sources increase. When your source increases, was cash inflow, outflow. Your source have increased, right? Equity is one type of source. See, there is an inflow. So can I say this must be the inflow? 3353 must be the inflow. You can check, you can always back check. Can I say profit was your inflow and your dividends was your outflow? You see the same answer, 353.25. You see, profit was the inflow, this was the outflow. Now where is this activity? This is a cash flow from operations. This is a financing activity, right? So here in the cash flow statement, now I have not completed the cash flows. Over here, now the closing balance. The closing balance, always I take it from the balance sheet only. Take it from the balance sheet only. Though you can do your cash flows, but majority of the time this doesn't tally. So what you do, take it, link it from your balance sheet. That is last year's closing amount was 318. If last year the balance sheet amount was 318, can I say this will be the opening? Opening is over here. This will be the opening amount, okay, for 24. The opening amount for 24. Okay. Now see, since you have linked all this, I have told you to do it. What I do, I just copy this over here. Okay. All the scales, this copy. This is my total changes in working capital, right? I will just copy this. Okay. Cash generated from operations. I know this is the cash generated from operations. So can I say changes this plus this? And I have also done this one. I have already done it over here. You can just copy. I have not. This was, this was added. So make sure it is this plus this. Okay. Operating profit before working capital and the working capital changes. I can just copy this. Income taxes paid and then cash generated from operations. So first thing what I will do is, now I will link my restated profit before tax. Where do you get this answer from? From my P&L statement. You go to P&L statement, my formatted P&L. So you can directly start from profit after tax also, no harm in that. But since they have started before tax, you do before tax and then minus tax from over here. Okay. So one and the same thing. What I'm doing, I am going to formatted sheets and here is my EBT 24. Where is my earnings before tax? Earnings before tax is 6804. As 4981, it is 6802. Sorry. Now 6802. See, it reflects over here. Reflects. Change. Now, what will be my cash flow from operations? This plus this. You can only do this. That's why I've told you to, do the analysis. First, fill the numbers as it is in the annual report. It will help you. Now tax paid is equal to minus sign. That is the tax paid is a cash outflow. So go to formatted sheet and then link it. Okay, link it. Got it? 4440. Okay. Got it? Now my cash flow from investing was 0 as of now. I have not done anything as of now. I have not changed any numbers. My cash flow from financing also I can do it as this. Okay, all okay, because if I put anything, the number will change. We had one is equal to, can I say, other equity? It was already a negative sign. So 1087 was the cash outflow. And then what is my total cash increase? Means my total financing activity was this. Total investing was 0 and total operating was this. Now can I say cash earned from increase or decrease in cash is 1087 plus 440 plus the investing activity. See, 440 and your other equity is same now. So I've just split the number. Okay, this profit I have split into before tax and after tax number. Cash and cash equivalent at the end of the year. Increase plus cash and cash equivalent. And my total cash is, means what? I have earned 353. You see the same number? 35325, 35325, the same number. Means what? That outflow, inflow, outflow is just reflected in 3 different ways. It's just reflected in 3 different ways. One is profit before tax, one is tax, one is operating activities, and then from financing activities. So it is nothing, it is just about reporting. Okay. If you have solved that working file, it might be very easy. Those who have done in that working file, it is very easy. The same thing concept I'm teaching is just, we are just linking it and you know why it is. Okay. Now see, now where will you do this? What will you do with this number? Transfer to balance sheet. Transfer to balance sheet. And then when I do it, cash and cash equivalent, I transfer it, my number will tally. You see, my balance sheet is telling I always keep a check over here. And there shouldn't be any 0, it should be dash. Because 0 is like this. You have to always put this comma sign and see whether it is dash. Because even if there is 0.001 difference, it will show 0 over there. It should not show 0, it should show dash. Okay, it should always show dash. Means that it is perfectly matching. Now, what is the second thing that we changed? The second thing that we changed was our fixed assets by 24. What was the total fixed asset that changed? It was, okay, first it was this. Okay, first it was this. This changed, and can I say your right of use asset also changed? Right of use also changed. I'm sorry, I think I linked the wrong amount. I linked the wrong number, sorry. This was 377. Okay. Net fixed assets. Okay. See now, guys, 2676 became 3337. You see a difference. It is 401. It is 401. Now my assets have increased. What does it mean? My assets have increased. Cash inflow, outflow. My assets have increased. And that cash outflow, right? The cash outflow, that cash outflow is reflected how? That 401. Can I say 778 was a cash outflow plus depreciation was one type of cash inflow because we add back in the cash flow statement. It's not a cash inflow, but since we have minus it from PAT, we add back. This is the same difference. You see the same difference, 401. So can I say this minus 401 should reflect in your cash flow statement? Right? But now since we have the depreciation we have added directly. Directly, then we have summed and done, right? We have summed up the depreciation and done. So again, same thing like this. Can I say it will happen for your fixed asset as well? For your right of use assets. What is your right of use assets? Right of use asset is over here. I will just do this so I don't. Okay, right of use, what is it? Can I say over here? This was the cash outflow plus the depreciation. That is the cash inflow. 1007. So if I add both, if I add this both, no, what is my total change? If I do this, what is my total change? This plus. Can I say my total cash outflow would have been 1509. Let us say if this is the difference. Balance sheet. Again, I change the right of use assets as well. Right of use assets, I go and change fixed assets. Net one, net one. Sorry, net over this one. Same answer? Same, na? Same? Now you tell me what was my capex now. What was my capex? Capex was, and I should have a negative sign, right? Because it's a cash outflow. Tell me. I said this was my capex for gross block plus this, right? Two capex we have done, or else we have already have we done capex? We have not done total capex. What we can do is rather create one sheet over. Okay, total depreciation and can I say total capex as well? Total capex. Just add this so that no confusion. Total capex is 778 plus your this total capex. Fine. So no problem in this is the cash inflow. CFI cash outflow. Better cash outflow. And make sure you link both. Okay, this is the total assets. This is your total assets. Okay. Okay, now I'll rather do some formatting because all the headings I will do it so that I remember that. So the headings that I need to cross block. Okay, now make sure there is no decimals. Okay, that's it. Now, just looking in the cash flow, total capital expenditure is minus fixed assets, total capex. This is your total capex. And see now it changed, right? This changed. And you see the difference. The balance sheet now what is remaining? 1862. Same difference, 1862, 152. Same difference. That is your of depreciation. Okay. This is how it works. Fine. All done. Okay. Depreciation. Just formatting so that I remember it. This turnover, this is your sales, right? This is your total gross block. On cash flow statement, what I do is add back my depreciation over here. Add back my depreciation, that is from the P&L statement, or here also, whatever, wherever you can do it from P&L also, you can do it from your schedule. I prefer do it from schedules. Okay. Now amortization also you can add it. If you add amortization, now it will be better. If you have amortization anything, better link it from your amortization only. Depreciation number. It will link. See, now it will tally. That's it. Now you can just copy and drag. Once cash flow is done, just copy and so now once you drag it, make sure your 216 becomes okay. This is fine. This is already been dragged. Okay. See, this is telling. So this is done. Now I just have to link my balance sheet and do it. Just put. See, my balance sheet is tallying automatically. My balance sheet is tallying automatically. Now, if I give you any other item, can you do it? If I change any other item, let us say, I know we have to find that working capital as well. I say working capital will be easy. I have been tallying this balance sheet for a long time. Even today, some of my ex-colleagues message me at times or send me their models saying that Rishabh, I am not able to tally the model because of some error, not because they don't know, because since they do it very fast, at times a link, even a single linkages here and there, maybe you link 23 to 24 or 24 to 25, something can lead to entire model being not tallying, and you will never even find where is that. So what I prefer is going step by step. I tell whenever I change one item, I need to see that whether the difference is tallying, because sometimes what happens while punching numbers, you make some mistakes over here as well. If this all things are not true, sometimes it will create issues. If this is not tallying with your closing amount, now this is what happens in the when you're doing very fast, this things gets missed out, or you do a lot of changes up and down, and you don't know where to put that figures. So I tell my ex-colleague, now he is my manager. He was my manager. He also tells me at some time that he just sends his model and says, Rishabh, it is not tallying. Please help me tally the model, because this untallied model, you cannot send it to the client. Now I don't see where he has gone wrong. Okay. I don't see where he has gone wrong. I delete the entire his model as in the assumptions, and just do it again one by one. Because I know that if first is tallying, 24 is tallying, your others will tally. You drag it till 100 years, it will tally. Just the first is very important. The first is very, very important. And you need to have your linkages right from your schedules. If there is some problem in your schedules, it will not tally. That's why I go one by one. See how I did. First, I changed other equity. Though I had the fixed asset number, I already had that number. I already had this number, but I didn't try doing it. Because if any linkage error comes, I will never find out that where is the number. Now, where is that number changed from? So, remember that you need to do it one by one. If you do it all things at once, if somewhere, somewhere you miss out, some different error, you will not be able to tally it again. Okay. I tell now, first is your, okay, I will write it over here. Okay. That was my step. Okay, step one was, okay, clone your previous year. Balance sheet. Same as forecasted year. Okay, same as forecasted year. Then step 2, change other equity. Okay, change other equity. Change other equity. And what check you should put? Check whether the difference is same as PAT minus dividends, right? Because this is the only thing that you have done. Okay. If you, let's say, add any other number over here, it should reflect in your cash flow statement. If it is not, then there is a problem. See, now usually nothing comes over here. Nothing comes over here. The premium and that thing comes, but usually nothing comes. This is the profits and this is the dividends. That's it. Okay. Now the step 3. Now step 3, always go with your change your PP. Change your PP. Now check what is the check that you have to put. Check whether the difference is same as capex minus depreciation. Okay, that's it. This is the only step where people get confused. If you can do this right, then everything is right. Then I give you any other item, be easy to tally. Okay. See now here, because why? We had done that working capital schedule. Let us create, days of receivables. How will you find days of receivable, guys? Days of receivables. If I ask you, what is the formula? Days means 365. Receivables means now average receivables. We can take average receivables. You can only take receivables, no harm, just receivables. Okay, divide by sales. Sales we have it from 23. From 23. This is the sales. 15 days. 23 days. See, I have taken average. I have taken average of what? This two. Opening plus closing. Okay. The average is like 5577 plus 1262 divided by 2. The same way I will talk about days of inventories. What is the formula for days of inventories? Anyone? I have told you, days. Days means 365. What is asked? Receivables. Divided by sales. Receivables are related to sales. Same way, 365. I'll do 365. What is asked? Now just put average over here because you take average numbers. When we do ratios, I will tell you why I've taken average. Average of inventories. That is the inventories. Inventories over here. Okay. Divide by COGS. Divide by COGS. COGS is over in our formatted sheet. That is 23. COGS is this. Okay. What your answer? 218 days. It takes 208 days to sell its entire inventories. Same way for payable. 365 into what is asked? Payables. So it is average payables. Payables is over here. Now you have to take all this, but now this is fine. The big one is fine. Divide by your COGS. Again, now don't keep it like this. Okay. Always don't put that I have sold in 15.8 days. Okay. Or receive money in after 15.8 days. Now cash conversion cycle. Receivable plus inventories minus payables. 134. Now what I project is I keep it same. I keep it as it is for the next year as well. I don't change it because this projection is difficult. I had told you, that receivable days and payable days usually don't change a lot. Here the payable days have increased, not decreased a lot. See, a lot of fluctuations. Even the inventory days have fluctuated. Now, payable days fluctuation is something unnatural. Why it is decreasing? Why it is decreasing? But we'll find out with other companies also, is this the same thing happening? Okay, because this is always industry wide. Okay, this is always industry wide. That why are they asking? Now, this is the issue. Now, that is why I usually prefer taking sales only. I usually prefer taking sales. Now also it is decreasing. Fine. Just take COGS only. Okay, fine. I usually prefer taking sales because I told you that that sometimes when there is a third party product, usually don't produce. Now let's say when Metro brand sells Crocs and third party products, they are not producing that product. So they will not have materials, where they want to pay. It will be after sales only they pay the commission. So sales increases, but cost of goods is the same. Means the cost of material is usually the same. That is why I prefer taking sales. 21 might be. We have to look at for 1920. 19 is, this is fine. 22 is also, you cannot assume. Let us assume this is the constant number. That is why we want this data as well. You guys have this data. I think Ajay has done this, right? Ajay has done the analysis of the Metro brands. This is your assumption. This is all your assumptions. Now here, can you find the receivables for FY24? Can you find receivables? Can I say days of receivables into sales, into your sales? That is, this we have already done, divided by 365. That will get you your number. Your receivables have decreased. Receivables have decreased. So what is it? What does it mean? Receivable have decreased. Inflow, outflow. Now, still I don't balance this number. I will not move on to any other item on the balance sheet. So trade receivables is equal to previous year minus current year. When I do this, it reflects over here and your balance sheet tallies. Now what you do is just copy and drag this. Same way, you can drag it in your cash flow statement as well. Copy and just copy and just drag it. You'll get your number will be tallied. Balance sheet will be tallied. Same way you do for inventories. Days, inventory days into inventory into your COGS divided by the year. Did I took the wrong amount? See, I took F over here, no? It is actually G. Okay, this is all, that is why it is important. Okay, G. Take in G. Now, inventory, what happened to inventories? Okay. Inventories increase. So, it's a cash outflow. We'll go cash flow statement. inventories is equal to all we have done, okay, all the things we have done. Previous year minus current year. And once you have done, just copy and paste it over here. Drag it. It will tally, balance sheet will tally. And then last one is your payables. This one we have changed this amount. Payables into COGS divided by 365. Will get you a number. You can copy this over here. Same way you can go over here in a cash flow statement, payables. We'll find over here payables, other payables is equal to the current year minus the previous year. 417. Got the same difference? 417. Drag it. And your balance sheet will tally. See over here, it was 666 only. 666, 5.9. You have to drag it, copy and paste. And your balance sheet tallies. This was balance sheet tallying is very easier thing, but at times it becomes too tough. It becomes now this all things you don't have to project on the cash flow statement. Okay. Cash flow statement is just a change from P&L and balance sheet. Whatever thing is changed in the balance sheet should reflect in the cash flow statement. If you have not changed anything, don't just project this is 30, 30, 10%, 10% growth. These are the not things, these are the things you should not project. This is coming from balance sheet, it is linked. But since it is an audited numbers, you don't know where are these numbers coming from because you have not gone deep into the schedules. Okay. You will not get all these numbers on the balance sheet. It must be there somewhere, but you will not get it. Now here also all these numbers you can project, other financial assets, that is all as a percentage of sales, but that is actually not related to the sales directly. Okay, that is not related to the sales directly. This is what we can assume the most. Okay, here we can then talk about valuation from here on. Okay, and then talk about valuation from here. We have not talked about valuations. Okay. So what is happening to this company? If you see, the days are quite declining and the sales are increasing. Days are declining and the sales are increasing. I recently came up with an interesting number of Tata Motors. We're just doing some analysis. Let's show you about Tata Motors. Now I think Ajay has done this analysis. Ajay, see this. Tata Motors. Inventory days were 82, 83. Even this is the 18 was no COVID over here. It was pre-COVID. 67 became 83. Obviously, this led to the downfall of Tata Motors. 83, 83, 83, 71, 66. 66. 66. And then let me show you the inventories. Inventories increasing, days decreasing, sales increasing. What do you analyze? Sales increasing, inventory is also increasing, but days declining. Right? What do you analyze? What do you analyze? What do you think? And sales are increasing, so obviously inventories are increasing. Guys, what do you analyze? Guys, Anyone? What do you analyze from this? See this Tata Motors stock. Have you seen? Just look at the stock price of Tata Motors. On the last 1 year, it has zoomed. Means I am saying that you are now keeping more inventories and selling it in much lower time. You are keeping more inventories and you are selling it in a much quicker time. So that actually means that the Tata Motors is actually able to sell its product very fast. Now, if you guys analyze that, I told you, analyze the auto industries. If you guys can do that, analyze the auto industry. There is a lot of opening which comes into auto industry, and auto industries become easy. How you did for metro, same way for auto industries, you can at least tell why this company and why not the other. Rural sentiments increasing, industry moving towards premiumization. Here, Maruti, Tata Motors. Now that day I told Ajay to make news about the sub SUV 4-meter. What was it? Which was the highest selling product? Oh, it was Nexon. You only wrote, na? It was Nexon, not Venue. Which company? You can clearly see now Tata companies having increase in sales. Now, if you look at the, now see, I show you a basic analysis. If you look at the company's profit and loss statement, don't look at the entire, just look at the last quarter. Quarterly, if you go, you see the revenue, 5,400 crores. 5,400 crores of revenue. You see in the last, even in the years, after 2000, something over here, 19, 20, 21, it was full year, it was 9,000. Now it has turned 5,000. Now I tell you one interesting story. What is the market cap of Tata Motors? 2,23,000. This is the market cap of Tata Motors. Find Maruti's market cap. Let's say go to Maruti. Maruti's market cap is 2,90,000. Tata is 2,30,000. Just put it to. Tata is 2,23,000. Maruti is 2,90,000. Tata Motors has just done. So Maruti's yearly profit is 8,000 crores. Guys, tell me one thing. Tata Motors sale is 3,48,000 crores. Tata Motors sales is around, consolidated, just to consolidated, 3,45,000 crores, but the market cap is only 2,20,000. And Maruti's sale is 117,000 crores, 1,17,000, and the market cap is 2,70,000. That is almost 3 times. But Tata Motors is even less than 1 time. What is the reason? What might be the reason? Anyone? We'll talk about valuation a little bit. What do you mean by this? Basic. Why is it so? Any answer? Very random. I'm saying that Maruti's Tata Motors sales is 3,45,000 crores. And the full value of the company is only 2,23,000 crores. Okay. Whereas Maruti's sales are only 1,17,000 crores, but the profit is but the market cap is 2,90,000. It is almost 3 times. Why is it so? Assets. Tata Motors will have higher assets, because they have a Jaguar portfolio into it as well. Why Tata Motors is not even getting a valuation of 3,09,000 months? Sales are much more higher than Maruti and the valuation is much more lower than Maruti. Means sales of almost double, almost 3 times. Tata Motor is selling almost 3 times of Maruti, but the overall value of the Tata Motor is only 2,23,000. Why is this? Either Maruti is overvalued or Tata is undervalued. What do you think? Rather than saying reserves, I will say profit. If I will say profit. See, Maruti makes a profit of 8,000 crores with a sales of 1,17,000. Whereas Tata Motors with 3,45,000 also they make only 2,000 crores, which is lower. Maruti makes 4 times higher profit than Tata Motors. Now, doesn't it make you skeptical that how is this possible? Think. Tata Motors 3 times the sales, but profit is lower than Maruti. So I give you this. I write it in an Excel file. How does enterprise value come? Enter market cap plus all the other common. No. It is market cap only. It is plus debt. Ajay. Sales of Maruti is 1,17,000 approx. Profit is around 8,000. Okay. But Tata Motors sales is 3,45,000 and the profit is only 2,600 crores. What is this reason? Why is it? Is that difference? All right, Advait rightly pointed out. It was the loss in the JLR. It was the loss in JLR that is leading to this issues of Tata Motors. See, if they are selling this much of profit and it's not even half of Maruti. But now let me tell you an interesting story. You said a loss in JLR. I agree. See what happened in the last quarter. Better, it was something exceptional. Full year, the profit was how much? 2,000 crores. In 1 quarter only, they had done a profit of 5,000 crores. This is where JLR turned positive. It is almost half and half. Half from Tata Motors, half from JLR. Now see, 5,000 crores. Even if Tata Motors maintain this, forget about growing. Even if it maintained this for the next 4 quarters, what will be the PAT for the full year in FY14 and FY24? Even if Tata Motors maintain 5,000 crores, can I say it will be around 20,000 crores? For a profit of 20,000 crores, what is the valuation of Tata currently? We found it was 2,20,000, right? Approx 2,20,000 crores. Even if Tata makes this, okay, 5,000 crores. Now, this was exceptional. I even didn't notice this. It goes unnoticed. That 5,000 crores of profits. Now, I don't know what has changed, but Jaguar has actually done good. And Tata Motors, at least you can see what is going on in the market. You can see the new cars coming up. They're coming up with new products. right? So they are turning out. Now, what happens if, what is the valuation? Means for a 2000 crore of profit, people are paying 11 times. Investors are paying 11 times. For 8,000 crores of profit, Maruti is paying approx 14 times. For 8,000 crore, sorry, this is not this. For Maruti, it is 2 lakh million. This is Tata Maruti, it is 2,90,000 crores for a profit of 8,000. What is the P of Maruti? 2 lakh total market divided by the profits. This 36 times. Do you think that Tata Motors, see, this is P of 11 times means what? That is hardly anything. Means investors are paying just 11 times its profit. If you put today 20,000 rupees in Tata Motors, you will recover in 11 years. Even if Tata Motors doesn't do anything, just stagnant, no growth, no degrowth, you can recover your money in 11 years still. But the problem is that Tata Motors should sustain. If it's increase, you see Tata Motors shares will rock. It will go if ever. Now this is a highly undervalued stock. A highly undervalued stock. Now you tell me, should Tata Motors deserve a higher premium or Maruti? Given a choice, which business will you buy? Tata Motors or a Maruti? Tata Motors is not the leader in private in vehicle segment. Okay, Maruti is already a leader in the segment. Which has a growth perspective, Tata Motors or Maruti? Maruti is the growth stock or Tata Motors? Tata Motors is fourth or maybe third. Now you recently only Sanjay only sent the news. Sorry, Ajay sent the news saying that Tata Motors have just crossed Hyundai. And it has become the top selling product. The Tata Motors is actually the third player in the market. And Tata Motors sales are increasing. You have seen the numbers. Now, yeah, Rishabh, you are right. Tata can be a growth stock because it is just 11 times, It's just 11. Forget about 20. It even if it grows, even if this company does profit, see 3 lakh crore profit, See, Maruti is making how much percentage? If I ask you, Maruti is making at least 6%, 7%. What about Tata Motors? It's just 1%. What should be the ideal profit? Now, this is because of the issues that they are facing with JLR. Now, once the economy of scale is achieved, okay, once the growth or once the spending is done, what do you think? Tata Motors profit should be higher than Maruti or lower than Maruti? The margins. Tata Motors ideal margin should be higher or lower on a product basis. Tell me about on a product basis. Now, gross margins. Gross margins of Tata Motors should be higher than Maruti or lower than Maruti. What do you think? What do you think? Why higher, Rishabh? Others will reply. Tata Motors gross margin should be higher or Maruti's gross margin should be higher? No, Rishabh, forget about sales. I assume that Tata Motors remain constant. That is like they will only do this much of sales. I want to just ask what will be the margins? Now you just now saw they had done a 5,000 crore rupees of profit. So ideally you tell me Maruti's margin should be higher or Tata Motors margin should be higher? No, I'm talking about gross margin, Rishabh. Gross margins. Whose gross margin will be higher? All right. Okay, Ajay told that because JLR is a premium. We have discussed now premium products. We had discussed, right? Premium products. So JLR's profit, JLR is a premium product. So obviously Tata Motors profit will be higher. Otherwise that, see, whatever it is, but it shouldn't be that different, no? That 11 and 30 times. See the difference. Whatever the debt is, Tata is still not servicing the debt. Tata is still servicing the debt. They are not defaulted. After paying the debt also, the profit was, that's why I said, no, profit was how much? 5,000 crores. And this is net profit, that is after paying interest only. So this shouldn't be the valuation change, between Maruti and either Maruti is overvalued and Tata is undervalued. I don't think that Maruti is overvalued. The growth that Maruti is having is fantabulous because of the product. But Tata Motor is not a direct competition for Maruti. They have a JLR portfolio. And JLR portfolio is actually doing good. The reason is that if they perform as it is today, Tata Motors will be a multi-bagger. At least, what if, can I say? Tata Motors will get at least 20 times. At least 20 times. If not 30. 20,000 crores into 20 times gets you a valuation of 4 lakhs, and Tata Motors have something 332 shares outstanding. 332 crores of share outstanding. At least Tata Motors price should be 1,400, 200. That's what I am not convinced that I don't see JLR, but somehow they are doing on the exports. I just now see the numbers of JLR. I have just seen the numbers of JLR that the Defender and the Discovery is doing good. See this numbers you get on the websites. The Discovery is actually doing good. And the Defender. See here you have retail wise you see UK, North America, Europe is having exceptional growth. Even China is having an exceptional growth. It is a higher product. And China economy is again opening up because of the COVID restrictions. Unlocking of, I said, China still has COVID. Now China is unlocking. And if we go product wise, this is product wise. I just saw this Defender. The problem is that Defender costs 2 crores in India. Who are the people who buys Defender? You don't find people buying 2 crores of Defender in India. Now the market is only small. So I don't know where is this selling Defender. You don't see on the roads, but I do see this Range Rover Velar and Range Rover Sports. Indian Bollywood star uses this, but somehow I am not seeing a new product, at least in India. But they are doing. Just keep on this number that Land Rover is doing 82,000 of sales per quarter. Means 80,000 of sales per quarter. Means at least 26,000 sales Jaguar should do every month. JLR rather. Land Rover should do 26,000 of sales. Jaguar is the worst. Jaguar is not doing anything. It is just the F-Pace that is doing good. Rest all is just useless. This car, this is the market for India, XC, XF, where Jaguar isn't present. Now this is a 2 crore market. More than a crore. This is a big vehicle. These are big vehicles. But no, the major sales is coming from, if you go region wise, the major sales is coming from North America, Europe, and China. Now, one of my students in UK, he just now said that, in Europe, he said that, sir, I see a lot of Jaguar Land Rover cars over here. He said that people prefer, even they are giving a tough competition to Mercedes and BMW over there. He said that. So I am assuming with the numbers, I'll just keep an eye on this number. But if JLR sustain this, it is going to be a multi-bagger stock from over here. If ever, or if anything goes wrong, no, invest that much only that you can lose. Okay. But I don't think something will go wrong. after so many years of negative profits, so many years of negative quarters, right from over here, right from 2019, 4 quarters in 19, 4 quarters in 20, 8, again for 12 quarters, 12 and for 16 quarters of continuous losses, and even few quarters over here, 16 and plus to make it 18. 18 quarters of losses, company has turned profitable. Now, good sign. Good sign, just profitable, forget about anything, profitable. Company has turned profitable. The 18 quarter, it is not a small thing, it's almost 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 years of continuous losses. Tata Motors, so that is why do some analysis on this, do the products. If you have time, you have now till Monday, you have time. Do some analysis on Tata Motors and Maruti. Tell that, do this also, just take the numbers of Tata Motors. Tata Motors is one of the difficult model to make, but Maruti is easy. Okay, so you make Tata Motors and Maruti side by side, you will understand what is the difference between Tata Motors and Maruti. Even M&M you have, M&M also you can check out. Let me know if I want to buy the company which is a good stock, Tata Motors, M&M or Maruti. Okay, you have 3 days. Tata Motors 4 days. Tata Motors, just take 2, 3, 4 years of data. Just fine. What do you think? I am very bullish on Tata Motors now, looking at the JLR numbers. But somehow you have to track it every now and then. If you have, go to Twitter and just find what they are doing. Every month you get sales of the company. If you go on the BSE website, every month you get the sales. I will tell you in the next class where you get the sales data. But every month you get the sales data for the company. So keep an eye on those numbers. And I will share the Excel sheet. You can, this is a model, and then from Monday we'll talk about valuation. Monday we'll talk about the valuation. Okay. Fine. If this balance sheet is done, you are through modeling. Okay. Then it is just DCF, and that is very easy. DCF doesn't take much time. This was the major crux. And as guys Advait said, be focused on not just on modeling, but about the company. Because if you don't know about the company, model is of no use. It's just useless. Advait cleared the interview without even knowing the knowledge of modeling. And why I don't teach, that I could have taught modeling first and then went and taught you about all this analysis. But no, this analysis is first. Modeling though you can learn anywhere. This no one teaches you. Okay. Fine. Meet on Monday. That time you guys tell me which company is better. Those who have time, just try making a model. If you are doing Bata also, that's fine. Bata, Maruti. I am bullish on Bata now. I'll tell you in the next class why I am bullish on Bata. But I am bullish on Bata. Even Metro also. Metro first preference, second preference is Bata. I will tell, looking at the fundamentals, not at the market, not at the economy, but at the fundamentals. I am bullish that Bata fundamental is changing. Okay. Fair enough. Share the Excel in the group. We'll meet on Monday. The lost classes now we will check that. We will do it somewhere in the weekend, or I will ask you guys when is the time, preferable time, and we can do the missed lectures. Okay. So next week full valuation. We'll complete up with the valuation. Next 2 weeks, and then from the 1st August we will start making reports. Okay. Fine. Okay, Rishabh, send me your CV now. I have not got your CV. You were asking me now that there's something, I have some connections. You just send me a CV.